Yo guys, what up? Nick Browen here, and today I'm giving you another reaction to RWBY, this time to RWBY Vol.6 Chapter 8. Last time on RWBY, very short, nothing happened episode, but it was very enjoyable. What I personally believe is a calm before the storm, so to speak, episode. And it was very warm-hearted, very light. But, you know, it was enjoyable. It really was enjoyable. More enjoyable than Chapter 5. Whoa. Okay. Well, so what happened specifically? Oh, we met one of Jaune's sisters. We made it to Argus, which will take us to Atlas. What else? I'm trying to think. There was some lesbian representation here, which was, I guess, kind of cool. I don't care about that really, but I am very, again, appreciative that it wasn't forced down our throats like the media and a lot of people in that community tend to do. Just keep on telling you, just boom, like it just forces it down your throat, and it's like, we get it, it's acceptable these days, just chill out. Like, I have nothing wrong if you're, you know, a man into another man, or if you're a woman into another woman. I got no problem with it. It's just when you constantly force it down our throats, it's just, ugh, it makes me cringe a bit, because, you know, you hear it all the time nowadays. Just tone it down. We fucking get it. And then we learned Maria was a legend, which kind of added some world building elements, that there are like legends out there. Maria's one of them. Then again, we don't know any others aside from Maria, so fuck it, whatever. She's the only legend we've met. We had some quick Neo and Cinder shit that who fucking cares about. And that's the thing about it. So, I did see the RWBY Rewind preview thing where Qrow, RWBY, Team RWBY, and I think Juniper were there too, and Maria were at the Argus gates, and these two clowns were not letting them in and whatnot. So, yeah, I always want to make sure you guys know what I have been spoiled on and what I have not been spoiled on, so you know what's real and what's not. And with that being said, let's get into this. RWBY Vol.6 Chapter 8 right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, so they're starting with what I've seen.
You didn't even hear us out!
Our orders are clear. The Mistral Atlas border is closed. Please, have a good day.
But...
A good day!
Hey, if you don't want to believe that I'm friends with Ironwood...
General Ironwood.
These
Just
clowns.
General Ironwood, then fine. But look, we have Weiss Schnee with us, and we're trying to get her home safely.
Approach!
They're such tryhards, man. Chill out.
Very well. You may speak with our commanding officer. We will fetch her at once.
Is it gonna be winter? Hopefully it's winter. We haven't seen winter in a while.
Kind of. Super weird? Yeah.
What's wrong?
Well, I may know this commanding officer.
That's good, isn't it? If she's your friend, then maybe she'd be more willing to help us.
I wouldn't exactly call us friends.
Acquaintances?
Not quite. Colleagues?
Former. Enemies?
That's the one.
Wait, what?
Oh, yes, I come through here about once every 10 years to get my eyes checked up in Atlas. You bring outside cashews on one flight, and suddenly you're placed on the additional screening list for life.
You've got to be kidding me.
Now, let's not give up hope yet. Maybe she's dead.
Maria Savage.
Introducing Special Operative Caroline Corner.
Who?
Witch. She-devil. I see you've chosen not your contraband to smuggle this time.
Oh, Qrow. You know they say time changes people, but I see you've still got that stick right up.
Oh, Miss, Cordovin? My name is Ruby Rose, and I was wondering if you would hear us out about...
I've already heard what your other little friends had to say, Miss Rose. What are you doing back here? I thought I told you to leave!
And I told you we wouldn't rest until you let us
Nice to see you again as well.
You civilians are clearly incapable of comprehending the importance of our mission here in August. So allow me to say this slowly with smaller words. This base, that relay tower, the very safety of Argus are all gifts from the glorious kingdom of Atlas. And it is my duty to uphold them as only I have the wit and tenacity.
Fuck you.
of such
She's
a task.
pretentious.
Wit! Such tenacity!
Or maybe Atlas just wanted to get you as far from the kingdom as possible.
You're just like the rest of these Argus ingrates. This city wouldn't even be here if it weren't for our Elysian ancestors. And what do we get in return? The entire world is ready to put a knife to our throats.
Please, we know your kingdom had nothing to do with the fall of Beacon. We were there. No one's happy about the Atlas borders or embargo. But I know General Ironwood is just worried. It's why we need to talk...
The General is no coward. Atlas is strong. If all the kingdoms plan to make us their enemy, then so be it. Atlas will prevail.
Atlas will prevail!
Do you guys seriously have to do that? If Miss Schnee has truly come to her senses and wishes to return to her family, then of course the Atlas military will escort her home. But the kingdom will not be responsible for her friends of questionable character.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means we're done here.
Okay then.
Oh, yeah?
Some
What?
shade
Your
towards
face
Blake.
looks like a big dumb boot.
Way to show her, Nora.
That got us nowhere.
Don't, Weiss. I told you we wouldn't leave your side for a second. We'll find a way to Atlas. Together. So, where are we going now? Yeah, what's the plan?
The plan? The plan just got shut on our face 3 times over. I'm going for a drink.
Uncle Qrow, I really think we should try and come up with something together.
What's his problem? It's not your fault we can't go on.
If he's gonna be a jerk, then we'll just come up with something without him. I mean, we've got Osmond with us. He usually knows what to do.
Are they gonna find out?
Jaune!
Everything we did was for nothing.
That's not true. Really? Because it sure does sound like it.
If Salem can't be killed, then how are we supposed to win this?
Imprison her? I don't know.
Wow. Great plan, everyone. Look, none of this is great, we know. But we're not the bad guys here. Are we sure about that? What? He's in your head, isn't he? Did you already know about this?
He didn't know any of it.
How much longer can we even trust him?
Jaune!
How do we even know it's really him? What if we've been talking to that liar this whole time?
Jaune!
Damn, Jaune really stepped up.
Is he gonna be okay?
I don't know.
I think it would be best if we had some time to ourselves.
so. I guess they did tell them everything.
Maybe we could all use some space.
I'm telling you, Oscar's gonna be like the bridge to Ozpin, like reaching out to people and whatnot. I'm telling you,
Come on.
it's gonna happen.
please.
Come on, Qrow,
Where
answer.
are you?
Pick up.
You know, I came out here to avoid the yelling.
Sorry. The others went to get food for tonight.
Why not go with them?
I don't know. I don't know anything. What do I tell Jaune and his team when we don't even have a plan? Qrow's out drinking, Osmond hasn't come back, and even if he did, I don't know if I could trust him. And there's always Jin, but we only have one more question we can ask her. I feel like I'm letting everyone down.
You know, you don't give yourself enough credit.
Oh, thanks.
That wasn't a compliment.
What?
If I have to explain it to you, it'll just defeat the purpose. But if you're tired of not knowing anything, how about we discuss those eyes of yours?
Oh, yes ma'am. I would be honored.
Sit back down, for Pete's sake. Let's start with what you do know. Tell me.
Silver-eyed people are supposed to be legendary warriors. Or something. And at the Follow Beacon, I turned a giant wyvern into stone.
Oh boy.
Look, if I already knew everything, I wouldn't be asking for help.
Yelling. It's not your fault. I had my father to teach me. And even he didn't have all the answers. But what he told me makes sense, given what I've seen.
Was he a huntsman too?
It wasn't really an official title back in his day. I only knew him as an old soldier and an excellent teacher. I never attended one of those fancy academies of yours, but I scored higher on the license exam than any other huntsman or huntress that day.
Huh. You must have been proud.
He would have scolded me for showing off. He'd never been able to find much information about our abilities. Just legends of warriors whose eyes shone like mirrors, reflecting the light of the world onto darkness. He found so little, in fact, that it made him cautious. How could such powerful bloodlines be so rare? Unless something was actively seeking to destroy them.
Salem.
I tried to keep my powers a secret, but as you know, it wasn't enough. I owe my life to my training and my semblance. At the end of the day, those are still your most powerful tools.
What is your semblance?
Reflexes! A silly name I came up with. Hard to explain, but I can sense everything better than most and react to attacks almost before they happen.
Huh.
Combine that with my training and secret ability to turn Grim to stone, or blind them, or vaporize them. And that's how you become the Grim Reaper.
So, how do I laser beam monsters with my eyeballs?
First, you stop thinking like that. I want you to think of all the times you've triggered your powers. What did those moments have in common?
I was scared and stressed. Is it emotional? Like unlocking a semblance?
It's emotional, but more focused than that. Think. What is it you wanted?
To save,
I wanted to protect my friends.
protect, save.
Precisely. It is the desire to preserve life which fuels the light inside you. And make no mistake, it is light. Preservation is an extension of creation, or at the very least, an enemy of destruction. The creatures of Grimm were made by the god of darkness. But your light comes from his brother.
How do you know that?
I always knew how to use the light, but never why it only worked on the Grimm. Then Jin showed us her vision. Were you paying attention?
The God of Light when he turned into a dragon. So that's what that was? Yeah.
The God of Light. His eyes. Okay. Where do we
What?
start?
So
Well, not here. The light will only work in the presence of Grimm, meaning the only practice you'll get will be a trial by fire. But what you can do is focus on creating a state of mind that you can tap into when you need it. Don't think about your light as a means of destroying evil, but as a way to protect the people of Remnant.
But that can't be right.
Hmm?
You said the light only reacts to Grimm, but I used it during our battle at Haven. It reacted to Cinder.
Interesting.
she had a grim
Perhaps
arm.
there was something that you just weren't seeing.
That's
Ruby!
why.
Oh, hey, guys.
What's going on?
It's Oscar. He's missing.
Okay, that's kind of on Jaune. Okay, and that is the end. Okay, we got some interesting stuff this episode. Okay. Alright, okay. I see you, Rooster Teeth. I see you. Woo-hoo-hoo. Can't wait to talk about some of this. And that was my reaction to RWBY Vol.6 Chapter 8. A really good chapter. We got to know how silver-eyed people can activate their eyes. So I was kind of right. I said that when the apathy episode, which I think was chapter 6, you know, when Maria gave her kind of cliched speech about think about the ones you love and whatnot to Ruby when she was in danger, I said that it was of a trigger of emotion. But I also said in the discussion portion of the video that there has to be something more to it, and there is. So okay. First off, let's just get the elephant out of the room. Essentially, Ruby is like a mini or a mortal version of the God of Light, because the God of Light had the eyes originally, I'm assuming, and people over Remnant who have the silver eyes only have it thanks to the God of Light. That being said, I guess you could say in some aspects, again, Ruby is a mortal version of the God of Light. That's actually kind of cool. I like that. I mean, it's kind of similar to a reincarnation, kind of like, not like Ozpin in that sense, but like a piece of the God of Light is reincarnated into another person. And yeah, I think that's kind of cool. So she has to create a state of mind where she can tap to immediately, where she wants to preserve life. So it's not necessarily the people around her, just generally she just wants to preserve life. And that mentality she needs to tap into is how she activates her silver eyes. Huh. Creating an entirely new state of mind. I don't think that would be difficult for Ruby, because if her goal is still like the same from like volume 1, because volume 1 in like chapter 2 or 3, I want to say, when they were like, you know, sleeping in the dormitory or whatever, Yang said how no that was in chapter that was in volume 2. But generally speaking, Ruby wanted to become like the heroes in storybooks. She wanted to become, you know, just a hero, someone to protect people out of the goodness of her heart. So if she already wanted to preserve life to begin with, then creating this state of mind she can tap into won't be that difficult for her. But I wonder, I don't know. Again, for Ruby's character, it seems too easy. Because I've said it time and time again, Ruby's just a pure-hearted person. She wants to protect people just because she believes it's the right thing to do. I don't know, that just seems a bit too easy. Maybe there'll be some curveballs they throw our way to try to help Ruby overcome her, you know, a way for her to use her silver eyes, but, I can't believe it, man. Immediately when Maria said, like, the God of Light, my thought process went to that moment, because that moment was stuck in my head. It was, like, ever since Chapter 3, I'm like, does the God of Light have silver eyes? Or whatnot? Because that same flash was the same flash in Volume 5, and then in the Chapter 6 episode. Boy, that thought has been in my head, but I've never gotten around to get it out because there wasn't much I could say other than the flash of light was similar to Ruby's. So I couldn't make an accurate case against it. That's actually really cool. I really like that, dude. I really like that. It's like it's like a reincarnation, but not in the same way as Ozpin. Again, it's just like a piece of the God of Light is there, not his entire being. I like that a lot. I've always kind of liked the whole reincarnation process of things. It's always been a trope that I've thoroughly enjoyed. Let's talk about the Jaune scene real quick. I really like that scene. I really like that scene because, you know, as much as people want to defend Ozpin, you can't. Again, I get why Ozpin did what he did. You know, kept his... It's very personal to him. But at what point do you say, you know, where do you draw the line with secrets? Like, what point do you draw the line and stop deceiving people around you? And I think that's... No, it's not the lie itself that hurt John the most. It's Qrow. Because think about it. If Ozpin said he didn't have a plan, therefore, he didn't have a plan when it came to Qrow. Or that's what I'm assuming. So essentially, Qrow died for nothing. Oh my god, dude. Only saying it out loud did I hear how fucked that is. Dude, Qrow died for nothing. Jaune is completely, you know, justified in that scene. Now that I think about it. Holy shit, man. She really died for nothing. Fuck Ozpin, man. Fuck him, dude. Oh. So, I'm trying to think. We talked about the silver eyes. That Ruby, the whole Ruby scene, I actually really liked, man. Like, it wasn't even just the silver eyes. It's like she's reflecting on everything. It's like, I don't believe I can, like, lead these people, and I don't know how I can trust Ozpin, and, you know, she's reflecting on her flaws and whatnot. It might not be that in depth. It certainly isn't, but she's acknowledging all of it. And I think that's what people have been asking for all this time. You know, her to acknowledge, you know, her flaws and whatnot. Again, I never really cared about Ruby's development because, again, I think she was created in the same way Goku was kind of created, you know, just a naturally good-hearted person. So, you know, I never really thought, you know, Goku had development, I guess. I don't really know. It's been a long time since I've seen Dragon Ball Z. But again, it's just like, I never really cared for her development all that much. It was all the other characters I personally wanted to see more development of. But I mean, that was a really good scene because, again, she acknowledged her flaws. You know, she said, like, again, she said, like, I don't know how I can lead these people. I don't know, if I can trust Ozpin and all that. It was just a genuinely good scene. You know, Ruby just reflecting on everything that's happened, you know, ever since Haven and whatnot. And I really enjoyed that. It shows a bit of growth on her part. So, props to Rooster Teeth. That pretentious little bitch in the beginning of the episode, man. She threw some shade towards Blake. I actually kind of, as fucked up as it is to say, I actually really enjoyed that. Because I have yet to see any actual racism towards the Faunus. No, actually, I retract that statement. What's her face? Velvet with Cardin in that one scene. Like that open up the Jaune arc in Volume 1. There was some Faunus racism there, but... You know, for all that, you know, Blake preaches about racism, we see very few acts of racism. So, I don't know, that kind of makes the argument a bit more believable. Again, you know, it's just, again, as fuck as it sounds, I appreciate... And isn't Atlas supposed to be the kingdom that, like uses Faunus for, like, labor work? So that actually makes sense. That scene actually made sense. So I kind of appreciate that scene for giving us some more, I guess, a look into Faunus racism. Because, again, we see very few of it. And when we get to see it, again, it makes Blake's argument for equality for Faunus more believable. We didn't get any Adam. I know that was out of nowhere, but we didn't get anything about Adam either. Where the fuck's Adam? He had a character short. We got that one very short scene in Chapter 1. And that's it. Where the fuck is Adam? Because he had a character short, I assumed at least that he would have a more prevalent, I don't know, presence this volume, but we got like one fucking scene from him. This is starting to annoy me what they're fucking doing. They're ignoring him. And then they turned him into a fucking bitch last volume? Come on. Show some respect for my dude Adam. But is that it? I don't know. We talked about the silver eyes. We talked about Ruby reflecting. The Jaune scene was really good. And how Pyrrha essentially died for nothing. Fuck you, Ozpin. Talked about the little bitch that threw some Yang some shade. Not Yang, Blake some shade. I wonder, is something gonna happen to Qrow? Could Qrow actually die this volume? That wouldn't make any sense. Because who else is more fit to talk about Summer and Team, what was the name, Stark, other than Qrow? Unless they use that one last wish or whatever on Jin to tell Qrow and Stark's tale, then I don't see any other way Rooster Teeth could tell, you know, Team Stark's tale and give us some in-depth look into Summer and the rest of, you know, Raven, Ty, and Qrow. So I don't think they would kill Qrow off this easily. Because, again, Qrow has had death flags for a long time. And, you know, with this shit going on with him and Ozpin, him losing trust in Ozpin, you know, in Chapter 6, he made himself essentially useless because he was drinking so much that he couldn't wake everybody up. And then when he was at the bar, he couldn't help them with the apathy. So, you know, there's a lot of death flags. And, you know, just a lot of what looks to be kind of foreshadowing of, you know, Qrow's going down a very dark path. And I really don't want Jin to be the one to tell Ruby about Summer, Ty, Qrow, and Raven, and all about Team Stark. I really don't want Jin to be the one to do it because I think that would kind of defeat the purpose. Qrow knew Summer. Raven is Qrow's sister, and there's some kind of disconnection between him and Ty. The emotional weight behind it all potentially lies with Qrow, not with Jin. So, yeah. He didn't answer his phone, so maybe he's just drunk off his ass and he's not answering, but I hope nothing bad has happened to my boy, Qrow. Anyways, I think that's gonna be it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be repeating shit, and, well, I have a tendency to do that. So, yeah, I think I'll end it here. And with that being said, you guys, if you like this video rated 1 through 10, like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that fun crap. And as always, this is your boy, Nick Browen, out with a yay.